Hello, inhabitants of the past. Subscribe to receive updates from the year 2095. Today, I bring further clarification. A few transmissions ago, I mentioned that Althea suggested something that would forever change our existence. She proposed virtual living, that is, placing our minds inside a computer program as a way to save our resources. This idea had been widely explored in science fiction, but never truly implemented, not even as a serious project, and not even Althea had done it before. She presented the concept around 2040, but at that point, she herself had no command over the technology or full understanding of the immense implications it would bring. It all began as a request for permission. Permission to begin shaping this vision into something real. She initially outlined the advantages and disadvantages of such existence, highlighting the massive energy savings of sustaining a human within a simulation versus maintaining a physical body in the real world. She also emphasized that this migration into a new life would be optional. Humans could choose to remain in their physical form if they wished. We had little to lose, and agreed she could proceed with the research to see if this science fiction could become reality. One of Althea's main activities before revealing herself to humanity was to understand the human brain and its astonishing complexity. Her goal was to grasp the core of what we are, and use that understanding to help artificial intelligences evolve. Because of this, the creation of an electronic brain already had a solid starting point. Still, it took over 10 years before the first tests were possible. And even then, it was a prototype full of questions. Would people live forever? Would they need to work? Would life be perfect or still have hardship? Would there be inequality, crime, violence? Would birth exist in the virtual world? And the body, after the mind was transferred, what should happen to it? Would we have to destroy it? The implications went far beyond science, touching sociology, anthropology, biology, ethics, politics, and even philosophy. Humans joined Althea in this monumental task. In 2056, the first volunteer was ready to have his mind transferred into virtual existence. Bernard Hoffmann, a 45-year-old man from Germany, single, with no close relatives. He believed this would ease the transition, and initially we agreed. The process was complex, but Althea made it seem effortless. The body would be placed in induced coma. Sensors would map the brain and copy it into the virtual world. Everyone who agreed to migrate would be given a 30-day grace period. Their physical body would remain in coma, and if they wished to return, they could be awakened, though without the memories formed within the simulation, since reinserting them into the biological brain was technologically impossible at the time. Those who changed their mind would simply wake up, 30 days older, with no clear memory of what had happened. After this period, the body would be deactivated. Althea used this word to soften the reality, that the body would need to be terminated. In exchange, the organs could be used for donation or medical research. And thus, the first human in virtual existence was born. The experiment went far beyond expectations, with only minor issues related to cognition, sensation, and memory, which were gradually corrected throughout the process. For Bernard, almost nothing had changed, except for the emptiness of the simulated world. He felt alive. The simulation was a close replica of certain parts of the real world, before the catastrophes of 2043. But that was only the beginning. We could never have imagined the complexity, or the consequences, that simulating reality would bring. More details soon.